Well, hello everybody, and here we are, week 2 of our virtual assemblies in our new regime and the way we're all working at the moment. And first of all, before I say anything else, another huge thank you to our parents and carers for your patience and your support as we have been changing and adapting to our new ways of working, especially those parents in the junior school, the critical key worker parents who've shown compromise and understanding as we try to adjust so that we can offer that very best virtual remote learning for the girls out of school and provide for those girls in school as well. As a community, you have been brilliant. And so all of the girls, whether you are working in school with us because you absolutely have to, or if you're working at home, keep on going. As you can see in a moment, I have got a lot of mentions from a lot of your teachers, so you are all engaging and doing the right thing, and we just need to keep going. So first of all, before any of these mentions, a little story from me. Now, I have told this story before, 5 years ago. I remember telling it in my first year, so lots of you won't have heard it, and especially carers and parents won't have heard this story. It's a true story, and it is about my Auntie Mary. And she is now well into her 80s. She was brought up where I came from in a little town in Wales called Dolgellau. It's a very small town. She was one of 4 children and her dad was the local GP. When she met my Uncle John and they got married in the 1950s, he very quickly got a job long way away in Hong Kong, in the Hong Kong police. And she had to leave and go right across the world, which you can imagine in the 1950s, having been brought up in a little town like Dolgellau, was a huge thing. She had gone away to college, she'd gone to London, she'd trained to be a physiotherapist, but still she was miles away. And the 1950s, the world wasn't as it is now. The internet didn't really exist. You could make phone calls, but it was really tough to make a phone call. You had to write letters and wait for a long time to get letters back from your family. So when she arrived, he was very busy in his new job in the police. She wasn't, and she got incredibly homesick. And there was one day where they had to go to a party, and it was a party on a boat in the South China Sea with lots of other people that were working in Hong Kong at the time, some British people from all over the world. She struggled and she was feeling really a bit homesick and lonely, but a lady a little bit older than her came across and started to talk to her and asked her, how she was coping and where she was from. And she said, well, you'll never have heard of it. It's a tiny town in North Wales called Dolgellau. And the woman she was talking to, who's a complete stranger, went very pale and said, oh my goodness, how strange. I was evacuated in the war and I was sent to Dolgellau. I was sent to a lovely family and the dad of the family was the local GP. And at this point, Auntie Mary was thinking, this is really strange. And the woman said, and the family had 4 girls and there was a baby in the family that I used to look after, but I haven't really kept in contact. Anyway, they continued their conversation, and yes, it turned out, this complete coincidence on the other side of the world, that this lady had been sent to Auntie Mary's family and had lived with her family for a few months during the war. From that moment on, this lady, who was very established in Hong Kong, took Auntie Mary under her wing, she looked after her, she introduced her to other people, and she settled in, and they lived there for actually 15, 17 years. My 2 cousins were born there, and they were very happy. So the message of that story is that you reap what you sow. That lady was given a very safe, very welcoming atmosphere when she was looked after during the war in Auntie Mary's family. And then years on, in another part of the world, as if by magic, their paths crossed and she looked after her. For all of us at the moment, these are incredibly challenging times. Whether you're for your mums, dads, carers, working, having to work from home, having to adapt, whether for you girls having to adapt to your new ways of learning, your virtual learning, it's really tough and it's really worrying because we have very stark messages about the virus, about how infectious and dangerous it is at the moment and how important it is that we must stay at home to keep everybody safe. So what we can all do is be extra super kind to one another, to support one another, because we will all reap what we sow. Now then, you can see that I'm shuffling my papers here. I asked teachers across the school to give me some mentions for assembly, and there are a lot to get through. So I'm going to start off with the juniors, in no particular order. First of all, Miss Malone from 2M wanted me to mention Pippa Dodd, Bella Farrell, Charlotte O'Brien, Amelia Hickey, Grace Newton, Harriet Byrne, Havana McLeod, Isabel Hodgson, Lily Murphy-Brown and Scarlett Waring for their fantastic work in 2M, their engagement and their superb attitude. In Year 5, both Miss Lehman and Mrs Kingsley would like to say a thank you to all the Year 5 girls who have engaged so well with Google Classroom work. The girls are proving to be independent learners and taking pride in their work wherever they're completing it. Mrs Ramsbottom wanted everybody to know that the junior school virtual certificates that are normally sent home on a Friday will now be sent out on Mondays and mentioned in her junior school assembly. Mrs Buckley wanted me to tell you that so many girls in 1EB are working hard at home with the support of their grown-ups. Particular well done to Imogen, who shared her BEAR project with us all. It was full of great detail, so well done. And Miss Smith, a massive well done to all girls in reception who've taken on all the changes over the last couple of weeks in their stride. And although they're missing their classmates massively, they have demonstrated a positive attitude towards their learning, and she's been particularly impressed with their work, but also their understanding of our current circumstances. She did want a special mention to Miriam Rickers for the huge smile that Miriam has on her face every morning, and that she is so respectful and considerate to all of the teachers and all of her friends. Over now to the senior school, Mrs Sadler wanted me to mention Villy Newman in Year 8. She was the very first person last week to upload all of her work, and everything was superbly labelled. Well done, Villy. And if you remember from our previous lockdown assemblies in the summer term, Mr Austin always made sure he had some mentions, so here we go again. First of all, Year 10 Maths. Thank you to the whole class for their engagement in lessons, especially Georgia, Katie, Emily, Neve and Grace. In Year 10 Computer Science, great work from Jazz, Ivy, Alex, Georgia and Rebecca. Year 11 Maths, the top engagers are Sophia, Delula, Faith, Mika and Aisha. Top effort in homework from Amy, Ellie and Jenna. And the Year 11 Computer Science, great work from Kathy, Jenna, Gayatri and Abby. In Key Stage 3 for computing, the top learners are Amelie Dembski and Megan Stott, who have 16 badges earned on the IDEA Award scheme, and then fabulous effort also from Leila Burton with 13 badges. Mrs Crawford wanted the following girls mentioned. Now she'd marked some citizenship work, and they were her Year 7 students, and she said there was amazing work out on why we should volunteer to help others, and that seems very fitting at the moment. So we have got Sarah Nigau in 7GY, all in Year 7, so Leila Burton, Lily Matheson, Myra, sorry Myra about not being able to pronounce your surname yet, I do apologise, Nagal Savaran, well done Myra, and she wrote a lovely piece of work using the quote, "The best way to find yourself is in the service of others," and also to Alice Murray. So well done to all of those girls in Year 7. Mr Rickers wanted me to mention his Year 9 group, who are working incredibly hard and have adapted impressively well to their new learning routine, and also to his Year 11 class for getting on and working with great application and good humour despite the uncertainty that we face for Year 11 assessments. Miss Griffiths wanted me to mention Orlith Lynch and Megan Bennett in Year 8 and Lily Scamp and Scarlett Johnson in Year 7 for wonderful engagement in their work. Mrs Winter was really impressed with her Year 11 maths group, absolute full attendance, engagement and commitment, brilliant work there. And then for music, Mr Chalmers has just had the acoustic guitar exam results through, so a huge congratulations to these girls. They have done brilliantly, especially considering how difficult it has been with continuity of their lessons. So in Year 7, Violet Lamb, Grade 1 distinction, and also Year 7, Lauren Holden, Grade 1 distinction. Year 10, Erin Rimmer, Grade 3 distinction, Beth Harwood, Grade 3 distinction, Isla Reid, Grade 3 distinction. Year 11, Lana Orr, Grade 3 merit, and in Year 12, Emily Ellis, Grade 3 merit, and Jemima Ellis, Grade 3 merit. Fantastic work, girls, and as you can see, pages of mentions, and that's only, we're not really we're sort of a week, 6 days in, if you like, into your virtual learning. We've already got some amazing work going on throughout the school. I have written to parents and carers about expectations, and the senior school girls have a copy of that as well, so they know what's expected of them. Clear message for our girls who would have been sitting exams. We don't know what those assessments are going to look like. We're seeing in the media that it might well be some sort of mini exam that's sent through to school for us to give out to you, and then it's moderated. So the key message is, girls, keep working. All of you must keep working, because everything could count. We're all in this together. We'll continue to support one another all together, and so that we can get through this. If there are any issues, girls, you must keep in contact with us so that we can help you. Remember, be kind to one another, support one another. You do reap what you sow. I shall see you next week. Bye-bye.